The remainder of this video shows information presented through a series of presentation boards at open houses in Mill City and in Gates. The North Santiam Canyon Sewer Project proposes improvements to and new facilities for wastewater treatment and collection in the cities of Mill City, Gates, Detroit, and Idana. This map shows the relative locations of those communities. Most of the information in this presentation focuses on treatment facilities and collection facilities in Mill City and Gates. This project is needed for a variety of reasons. The Mill City sewage treatment system and treatment plant currently have deficiencies in the capacity of sewage that can be treated and are at the end of their useful life. Funding is currently available to build these facilities through federal funding programs. These facilities will help support economic growth in these communities and also allow for the development of future housing, which cannot currently be accommodated by the existing treatment facilities. In addition, building these facilities will help better protect rivers in the area, particularly the North Santiam, by providing a higher level of treatment than the current facilities. Images on this slide include a photo of the North Santiam River, as well as a map showing treatment and collection facilities in Mill City, and a chart indicating projected future population growth in the area. The current planning efforts have been underway since 2017, and previous efforts began in 1996. This slide shows a timeline of both the previous and current efforts. The previous efforts began in 1996 with preparation of the Upper North Santiam River Canyon Sewage Treatment Feasibility Study. In 1999, the Gates Sanitary Survey was completed. In 2001, a Detroit Idana wastewater facilities pre-design report was prepared. In 2002, the Detroit Idana Value Engineering Study Conceptual Design Review was completed. In 2003, a sanitary survey of on-site disposal systems for Detroit and Idana was conducted. In 2008, the Idana Wastewater Facilities Plan update was completed. In 2010, the Mill City Wastewater Operations and Maintenance Manual was prepared. And in 2015, the Detroit Wastewater Feasibility Study was completed. The current efforts began in 2017 with preparation of the North Santiam Canyon Regional Wastewater Analysis and Land Inventory Study. In 2020, the North Santiam Sewer Authority was formed. In 2021, the North Santiam Sewer Authority Wastewater Master Plan was prepared. In December of 2023, the Mill City to Gates Wastewater Facilities Planning Study was submitted to DEQ. In December of 2024, all federal funds provided through the American Rescue Plan Act must be obligated. Those same funds must be spent by December 2026. In 2026 and beyond, there will be continued upper basin planning, design, and construction. Sladen has been selected as the general contractor and construction manager for this project. They are teamed with K&D Excavating. The current process began in 2023 and concludes in 2026. The flowchart on this slide depicts the schedule for that process. It shows engineering and design occurring in 2023 and 2024, with construction milestones occurring in 2023 and at the end of 2024. Pre-construction, including initial cost estimates, alternatives analysis, and review of constructability, as well as other steps, are occurring in late 2023, 2024, and early 2025. A financial viability evaluation will be conducted between March and October of 2024. Plant components will be purchased between mid-2024 and the end of 2025. Treatment plant construction and design will occur during 2025 and 2026, including operations training and support in the latter part of 2026. Infiltration basin facilities are proposed to be constructed in March through June of 2026. The sewer pipeline from Gates to Mill City is scheduled for construction between June and October of 2025. Gate sewer pipelines and other connections are proposed to be constructed in 2026, starting in January and completing in November of that year. This slide depicts the existing Mill City wastewater system. It was constructed in 1992. It has a number of issues. The collection system is characterized by small pipe diameters. The existing capacity is sufficient to treat existing homes and businesses in the area, but additional capacity for future growth is needed. In terms of treatment and disposal facilities, currently the maximum daily design flow is being exceeded on the highest flow days of the year. There would be a very high cost to address the treatment deficiencies due to the age of the plant, and it cannot be expanded under current year 2023 permitting rules. This slide shows several images of the existing wastewater treatment system in Mill City, including the pump station, the recirculating gravel bed filter, the existing wastewater treatment site, and a graph that shows the number of days on which capacity has been exceeded in 2023. This slide depicts the existing collection system in Mill City. It includes a combination of 4-inch, 6-inch, and 8-inch collection pipes, as well as pressure sewer lines, manholes, cleanouts, and a lift station. Subsurface investigation was conducted in 2023. In phase 1, in March of 2023, pits and infiltration tests were completed at 4 sites to characterize shallow soils and how infiltration would be handled by those soils. In phase 2, in July 2023, a single monitoring well was constructed to conduct aquifer testing to characterize deep soils in 3 of the sites and how infiltration would occur in those soils. In phase 3, in August and September of 2023, based on the results of phase 1 and 2 investigations, 2 additional monitoring wells were constructed to advance 2 temporary borings at the most favorable site. The team then conducted aquifer testing and evaluated how infiltration would flow through the soils at that site. This slide depicts several photos and a diagram showing those activities and the results of the modeling work. 2 different approaches are proposed for the collection systems in Mill City and Gates. In Mill City, existing collection system connections, including tanks for effluent, would be retained for existing homes and businesses. However, the treatment plant would allow for future users to directly connect to the new sewer system without tanks or pumps. In the community of Gates, existing septic tanks and drain fields would be removed or abandoned per state requirements. Those homes and businesses would connect to the new gravity collection system, which would be constructed within the rights-of-way of roads in the area. On this slide, those different approaches are depicted with diagrams showing connections as well as existing and new facilities. A concept for the new treatment and disposal facility has been developed. This slide depicts a diagram showing how that system would look. It indicates a series of infiltration basins as well as other buildings and facilities that would be provided at the location of the facility. The total developed acres equal about 6.25 acres, with the total site being just under 9 acres. Rapid infiltration basins would be used during the final step of the treatment process. These basins would be used to place highly treated and disinfected effluent into the ground. This slide depicts examples of these types of systems in the state of Florida, in Camp Riley, Oregon, and in the state of Minnesota. The treatment process includes a variety of steps. This slide shows a diagram which illustrates those steps. First, the influent flows into a headworks facility where large particles are screened out and transported offsite. The effluent next flows through another facility where grit is screened out and also transported offsite. Next, the effluent flows into a set of equalization tanks, also called sequence batch reactor tanks. 2 things take place here. First, through a settling process, a sludge is removed from these tanks, sent to a dewatering tank, and then transported offsite. Second, equalization occurs as the secondary effluent is transported into the tertiary treatment facility, also called a denitrification filter. The effluent is then sent through an ultraviolet disinfection facility before being discharged to the rapid infiltration basins. In this step, the highly treated and disinfected effluent is absorbed into the underlying soil beneath the rapid infiltration basins. The preliminary collection system in Gates includes a series of pipes constructed in the right-of-way. The map on this slide shows the general location of those pipes, which would be within the road right-of-ways. It also shows the locations of manholes and existing properties that would be served by the system, as well as the boundaries of the community. A key component of the project will be construction of a new sewer line between Gates and Mill City. These slides show the location of that pipeline, also called a force main, including the different components of it. It will consist of a 4-inch pressure line, which will be located in the old right-of-way between the two communities. The pressure line will change to a gravity pipeline when it enters Mill City. It will then connect to the existing First Avenue lift station, although the existing pumps at that lift station will need to be upsized to accommodate the new flows. A number of other preliminary improvements in Mill City have been identified. First, the existing Mill City system would be updated to increase the capacity and incorporate flows coming from gates. A new 8-inch pressure line to the wastewater treatment facility would be constructed, and an existing 8-inch pressure line would be abandoned. The new pressure line would transport sewage into the new facility.